marketing the full picture. Today I'm going to introduce you to the SOSTAC framework. This is a model that was coined by P.R. Smith and it is an absolute genius of a model. What it does is it shows the marketing framework, but it also shows you every element of marketing. So let me take you through it. Make sure you've got your workbook to hand because you're going to want to make lots of notes. First off, situation analysis. Well, where are we now? In this, we do a thorough analysis of what's going on in our marketplace and in our businesses. There's a great model by Palmer and Hartley which shows these three different environments. They're called the macro environment, the micro environment and the internal. And as you can see from the model, as we move closer and closer to our business, there's more and more things in there that are relevant to our business. I'm going to take you through each one in turn. So first of all, we look at the macro environment. You might have heard of this, you might have heard of PESTLE. So it's where we look at the different forces that can affect our business, but also our customers. And these are the things that we can't control. They're very much outside our sphere of power. Then, as we move closer to our business, we're looking at the micro environment. So these are things that we can exert some control and authority over, such as our customers, our suppliers. And then, of course, there's the internal factors. And the idea is that these are the things that we really can affect and impact and mould them and change them to be what we need them to be. So, when you look at your situation analysis, you go through all of these areas in quite some depth to see what's going on and the impact they are having, but also the impact they could be having. Because as a business owner, you need to know what's coming around the corner and make sure your business is prepared for it. The second part of SOSTAC is objectives. So we've had situation analysis, where are you now? Now we have our objectives. Where do you want to get to? Split these out into strategic marketing objectives and tactical marketing objectives. So your strategic marketing objectives are all around which products and services you wish to sell to which groups of customers, to which markets. Your tactical objectives are a lot more about the doing of marketing. And as we design your marketing and sales pipeline, these are the objectives that we're going to look at each part of the buyer's journey. Strategy, the third part of SOSTAC. How do we get there? We know where we're starting from. We know where we want to go. Now we've got to figure out the strategy for getting there. And I often think of this as like being a journey. So you might say, for example, we're starting in Reading and we want to get to Edinburgh. How are we going to do it? Are we going to go by train? Are we going to fly? Are we going to get a coach? Are we going to cycle? Are we going to walk? Your strategy very much lays out that high level. This is how we are going to get there. And there are different strategies that you can look at and choose. There's ANSOF strategies for growth. It might be a content marketing strategy, a known expert strategy, a market leader strategy, a market follower strategy. There are different strategies in the same way that there are different modes of transport to get you to where you need to be and help you achieve your objectives. Tactics. This is very much the detail. What are we going to do to get there? We know where we're starting from. We know where we want to get to. We've decided on our strategy. Now let's get down to detail. We're going from Reading to Edinburgh. We've decided to go by train. What time do we need to arrive there? How long are we prepared to take? What's our budget like for doing this? Are we prepared to make multiple changes or do we want a direct train? This is all the detail, all the nitty-gritty, and it is exactly the same for your marketing pipeline. And when it comes to marketing tactics, it is essential that you choose the right ones for your pipeline. These could be your marketing comms tools, your sales tools, campaigns, content. This is where we really go into the detailed marketing communication planning. Action. What's our implementation plan? And this goes into an even bigger level of detail. It's the when, the what, the who, the how much, where we start to look at money, time. It's project planning. It is the detail that makes sure that your marketing actually happens. And finally, C of SOSTAC, control. Are we there? How do we know we've actually achieved what we want to achieve? And there's two types of measurements going on here. There's monitoring along the way. So let's go back to our imaginary train trip from Reading to Edinburgh. Hey, great, we've just passed Crewe. Hey, we're just coming up to Manchester. We know that we're heading in the right direction. If you'd got on a train going from Reading to Edinburgh, and then you realise that actually you were passing Taunton in Devon, you'd know something was going very wrong. And that's why we have these monitoring metrics. But then, of course, we have the ultimate metric, the ultimate control. Are we there? Have we arrived in Edinburgh at the time we wanted to arrive, on the transport we wanted to arrive on, within the budget that we have set?